And that for me was that small thing, which was first time in my life, man. I was sitting in a community college class at IVC, all right? It was history class. Sitting there, and this girl was next to me, and I told myself the whole drive, right? Just ask someone for a pencil, bro. This chick next to me, hot as heck, man. Really like a dime piece. Made it even worse for me, because now I'm even more nervous, right? I'm like, I'm sweating, bro, sweating, dripping sweat. Like so much so I thought I could hear the own drip particles falling on myself.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Right? So I'm like, excuse me. She's like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, sweating, sweat everywhere, man. Could I borrow a pencil? Yeah, of course. At that moment, dude, at that moment, like, you are dumb. I was in my head, I was like, wow. You thought everything, all this shit was gonna happen, it didn't happen. And that's when my roof basically was like, dude.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sound 14 podcast. I'm here with Zarek. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Zarek.
Zarek?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, man. This is a fun podcast. I'm pretty sure, like, we talked for about like 30 minutes, I think, before this. You know,
because me and Shyam, we didn't really know each other beforehand, right? So we met through a mutual friend. But how's the volume? Good?
Yeah.
Nice. We met through a mutual friend, and we never met before, and we talked for like 30 minutes. We kind of held everything together. You know what I mean? We didn't want to spill all the beans right off the gate, you know?
Yeah. Well, it was nice meeting you. And
of course, same here.
One of the things we were talking about and what happened today, or for you today earlier, you went through quite of a bit of training.
Yeah. So a little bit about me is, so I've like trained martial arts and stuff since I was like 2 years old. Competed quite a bit in boxing especially, and then did a bunch of other stuff. Funny enough, you know, with martial arts, the one thing it taught me a lot in life is, you know, fear, man. Fear is a very, in my own philosophy of life, fear is the most misunderstood word that there exists, right? What do you think when someone says fear? What do you think? What comes to mind for you?
I think it means immobilize, meaning fear to a lot of people just stops them from doing what they want.
Right.
So whatever it is, I mean, if you want to start a business, if you want to do something new that you've never done before, you have this like feeling that we call fear.
Yeah.
And it's due to a lot of things. Could be the opinion of others, could be the uncertainty of the future. A lot of shit can cause that. And there's really no like solution to it. You just have to balance it out with something higher. Like there has to be a higher purpose to whatever it is you're doing, so that fear, even if you're feeling it, like this higher thing that you're reaching towards is going to get you through. Yeah. You know, so yeah, it kind of just stops you in your tracks until you gain the perspective of, I'm not even going to allow that feeling to stop me no matter what.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, for me, this is what I've thought, right? So,
hey, wait, let me lower the brightness on this shit real quick.
Yeah, no worries, bro. We're zooming, man. We're doing good, bro. It's good. Awesome. You just edit it, right? And then we pick it up. So I'll just pick it up from what?
No, I don't even edit it. So whatever.
This guy, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But fear for me basically is I learned, man. So it would be really hard. It would be really hard to believe that I would say 3 years ago I couldn't even hold a conversation with anyone. I couldn't even I couldn't even ask someone to. In class, I was so scared to even ask someone for a pencil that I would start sweating, man. Sweating. Really? Yeah, dude. And I was boxing. I was, at the time, I was training at Robert Garcia's gym in Riverside, right back here. Yeah. Great gym. I was sparring all the time, getting really good work in, right? And due to some other shit, we'll get into it later, but something happened to me and had to change. But what I realized, I was like, dude, how is it that I can box in a gym, fight dudes almost every day, 7 days a week, but I can't fucking talk to someone? Yeah. I can't even hold a conversation? Nah, man. And that started like making the wheels turn. I was like, the fuck is going on with me, man? Yeah. So then one day, right, I was training boxing, and this was 3 years ago. And it was the moment, like we talked earlier before the podcast, there's always a moment in your life, I think it's the truth. There's always a moment in your life, almost like an enlightenment. And when you have that, you can run with it and fucking make your life the best it possibly can. Or you just stay on, I'll do it, I'll wait.
Yeah.
You wait, man. Time waits for nobody, man. Nobody, right? So I learned that the hard way because I wasted all these, basically my whole high school career. From middle school to high school, I had no social life, right? I was training all the time. I was going to the gym all the time. When I did drink, I would suffer for it the next day at the gym. So I didn't do it. And so one day, right, my love for the sport was kind of going away. And the people I was seeing around, I was like, nah, man, like, it's sad, man. If you're really around a lot of pro boxers, like that kind of style, you realize that their mental capabilities and their cognitive functions already, and they're maybe your age, are already starting to decrease, dude. So I started realizing that with myself.
Yeah,
I was like,
because of the constant like sparring and
constant
going through,
sparring,
getting hit in the head.
Exactly, getting hit in the head, and then even the mindset is so grueling, right? Because what are you doing? The basis of any combat sport is I'm in the ring or I'm doing something to fight this person. It's not very it's not a human thing to fucking, like, you don't see babies, right?
Yeah.
Rolling at each other. Maybe they're psychotic if they're doing that, right? So it's an unnatural thing to do. And I realized that it wasn't my thing. I was like, this isn't I did it for a while, cool, but it served its purpose. I'm done. And I was already in that mind. And that's a very dangerous place to be. If you're already in that mind, you're still doing something. Yeah, that is danger in anything you do, right? So what happened to me was had a sparring session as per usual. The guy had a chip on his shoulder, and I'm throwing some jabs. I'm catching him, man. I'm fucking catching him. All of a sudden, I didn't even see the shot over the top of my guard. So like when you have your hands up, right? You have to keep your hands up. I was getting knocked out. I used to think I was Slick Rick, and I used to put my fucking hands down and jab like I was Floyd Mayweather, right? Yeah. I'm not fast at all, man. So I was getting beat up. So then he saw that, went over the top of my, like, no guard, hit me right on the chin, spun me, and I knocked out, passed out. My dad was there. He was my coach. He goes, the fuck? He wakes me up. Everyone's kind of around, and dude, I say this to this day. It was the blessing that happened to me. It was a blessing that happened to me. Because I think sometimes when you're any bad situation you look at, it always can be a good. And that's kind of how I've looked at my life, you know?
Always for the better.
Always, man. It's the cycle of life, you know what I mean? Yeah. You have to have bad to have the good.
Yeah. That's
right?
True.
Yeah. And that was my bad. Right? Yeah. So whatever, I get knocked out, and the car ride from there to where I was living is like hour and a half, 2 hours, right? So it was a 2-hour ride home with my dad, right? And he's a foreign guy, right? But he's like, I love him, man. He's a great guy.
Has a British accent.
Oh yeah, thick British accent. Yeah. And that's formed how his thinking as well, right? Because people from the UK have a bit of a different mindset than a lot of people in the US. Yeah. But I digress, bro. Anyway, so we were on the car ride, right? My dad doesn't say anything for 2 hours. Doesn't say anything to me. Anything. Then we're near the driveway, right? Near the end of the driveway where my house is. I hear this big, deep breath. Right then. I go, what? He goes, that's it then, you're done. I go, what do you mean? He's like, if you're getting knocked out, you're done. You quit, you're done. I was like, no, man, I don't fucking quit. I don't quit. And he goes, no, it's bad for your health now. You're not taking it seriously. You're done. I said, you know what, man? I looked him dead in his eyes. I was like, you're right. I'm not taking it seriously. So you know what I'm going to do? He's what? I'm going to go to Muay Thai. Now, for people that don't know, Muay Thai is like you're using, so not only your hands, it's elbows, knees, and kicks, right? Way more brutal.
Yeah, than boxing.
Yeah. So my dad goes, what the fuck? He almost beat the shit out of me, right? And he could have, because I already got knocked out, so I'm already zinged around, dude. Yeah. So he goes, all right, whatever. And I just started going to a gym. I started paying from the money I got from boxing a little bit, started paying for my own membership at a gym, and just started training, right? Loved it, man. I loved it. I don't know what it was about it, just loved it.
I think it was the difference of, like, you've been doing something for so long that now something different came in where you needed new skill sets. It was something you probably at that time never done it before. So something new comes along. Now your whole, idea of this sport gets changed for you. Yeah. Like, so you develop more skills. And as a beginner, it's like, I think when anybody does anything new, you just fall in love with it right at that second. Like you find something and you realize, like, damn, I could be good at this. And then you start watching YouTube videos or you start training more, and it just builds and builds and builds.
Yeah, you're 100%, man. That's exactly what happened to me. Because, like you said, it was the beginner. You're on it, man. It was the beginner's, I don't even know what you would call it in that case, right? The beginner's almost like the enjoyment, like the...
a new experience.
It's like like virgin, man. It's a virgin thing. It's fresh. So that's what I felt for myself. And I was doing pretty good because I had good boxing, right? But I never knew kicks. And oh my God, Cheyenne, man. My legs, the first month of doing that shit, man, they look like, dude, the side of my leg looked like it was been beaten by fucking baseball bats, bro.
Really?
Hated it. So I ended up breaking my left foot pretty bad. Like it's like if I took my shoe off, man, there's just a speed bump in the side of my foot now.
Really?
For the rest of my life. Yeah, I can't even move that toe anymore. But yeah, it can't suck, bro. Life is that's just, I'm not ballet dancing. You know what I mean? That's just one of the, so, but after that, I kind of realized like, shit, man, like I'm basically doing the same shit I said I wouldn't do. And I was losing the love of that. I was like, fuck, man, like this is all I've known. I've done nothing else my entire life. And for most people, right, there's one of my favorite comedians, Theo Von. Love this guy. Theo Von,
yeah.
And the one thing he
always has
says,
like the weirdest perspectives, like the weirdest stories. Right?
Yeah, dude, I love it because
I love him.
Yeah, my life is very similar like that shit, bro. But the one thing he says, and it always sticks with me, is everyone has their own Vietnam, right? And by that it means my story, whatever it may be, right, is boxing and stuff. So when I'm thrown out of it, dude, I'm fucking struggling, right? Because I'm not used to any other aspect of life. So me asking for the pencil, like I said, dude, I'm nervous because I've never done it. So I'm like, oh shit. And that ties back to fear, right?
Yeah.
Which I realized at that moment, fear is the most, it's so dumb, man. It's the dumbest thing that you can ever believe in, right? Because when you're born, the only thing you fear, and this is a scientific fact, is the water. The first thing you hold your breath, even as a baby. That's instinctually what you fear, right? Shit, I might drown. That's natural. Nothing else. Everything else is just from society.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like learning fear.
Exactly.
From society and shit. And what I've realized and what I've learned is fear isn't not believing in yourself. Fear is believing in something you don't want. So that's the choice you're making.
Yeah.
You know, when you choose fear and you choose like not believing in yourself, that you're choosing what you don't want instead of what you can become, basically. Like that there's a choice made by every single person when they are faced with fear. There's and that choice has to be made by the individual themselves. And it could be swayed by society, your parents, but I think the best way to do it is to just like go in within yourself and do what's best for you, no matter what anybody else says, because that's true to you and that's going to make you actually fulfilled and happy. Like all the good feelings that you want, that comes from making the right decision when you're faced with those like two paths.
Right. Yeah. Like, you know, when you have those two paths, right, in general, whatever it may be, like the Theo Von, everyone has their own Vietnam, man. Everyone does something, right?
Yeah.
Basketball, fucking, even combat, right? War, people go to war, things like this. You have the choice, right? You're presented the same thing as everyone else sees it. Right? Like if you and me are looking at that water bottle, I see a water bottle, you see a water bottle.
Yeah.
Now I might see that cap is different than what you might see. You might say, oh, the water bottle is light gray. I didn't see that. I saw the cap. Right? But that little thing can also help you develop your own mindset. Right? Which is, dude, the best thing that we talked about this before the podcast began, which was, you know, you have certain times in your life that change you. And that was my getting knocked out. I changed myself again. And then when I changed myself for the better, totally, was after I broke my left foot in Muay Thai. Because then I realized, what the hell am I scared of, man? Because I can't even talk to the fucking doctor to get my cast off, dude. How the hell am I going to survive? I can't. So I realized that. And I was like, dude, okay. I sat down with it and I said, okay, what is it I'm afraid of? Right? It's the unknown.
The unknown.
I'm afraid of the unknown. That's a lot of people's fear. That's most people, right?
Yeah, most people.
Because you're trying to control the situation you have no control over. And that's life. You never can control what the fuck's going to happen, dude. 2 minutes, some Donnie might come in here with his fucking dick out walking around. We don't know, dude. Life is
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible, bro.
Yeah.
And that's life, right?
That's life, yeah.
So if you control things or think you can, no, man, you never will. You never will. You got to just, like you said, the things you love about and love to do the most, do it, man. And do it without fear. Because fear is the stupidest shit, man. I'm telling you. It's literally people feeding you things so you can achieve the best possible version of yourself. In society, man, it's society. You need elites and then you need fucking common people, right? So anyone who's at that top position always is gonna be like, nah, man, I don't want these guys having that red pill, you know? Like fear is BS. It's not a real thing.
Yeah.
Because then they're gonna realize their potential. And then, like you said, right? They're gonna figure that out and go, all right, I can take these avenues. I don't need to be, I can just do it. And that for me was that small thing, which was first time in my life, man. I was sitting in a community college class, IVC, all right? It was history class. Sitting there, and this girl was next to me, and I told myself the whole drive, right? Just ask someone for a pencil, bro. This chick next to me, hot as heck, man. Really like a dime piece. Made it even worse for me, because now I'm even more nervous, right? I'm like, I'm sweating, bro, sweating, dripping sweat. Like so much so I thought I could hear the own drip particles falling on myself.
Really?
Yeah, dude, right? So I'm like, all right, excuse me. She's like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, sweating, sweat everywhere, man. Could I borrow a pencil? Yeah, of course. At that moment, dude, at that moment, like, you are dumb. I was in my head, I was like, wow. You thought everything, all this shit was gonna happen, it didn't happen. And that's when my roof basically was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
For a pencil, like you
For a
probably felt
pencil.
like, God damn it.
I
man,
did.
what the
And
fuck?
I was like, you idiot. Like, you're dumb, man. I was like, all right. So, but that evolves, right? Because then that feeling now of me conquering that fear, right? Or fear. I said, let's do the next one, right? And so I kept doing it. All right, now I'm going to fucking ask a question in the class. Never did that. Ask a question. Cool, we did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel better now. And every time you face your difficulties or challenges or fears, right? Every time you do that, you become more fearless because what are you doing? You're getting rid of the fears.
Yeah.
You're getting rid of the things you don't want.
Because
by
you
going through
realize,
it.
like, if I already did it, like, the shit that I was afraid of, and look, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
You know, life is good. Like, the thing that I thought was going to lead to so many bad results, like, no, it didn't really do shit. Like, and then your mind kind of realizes that. And so whenever you're faced with fear, you just do it no matter what. Like, because you know that it really won't affect you in such a negative way that you might have imagined it to be from your thoughts.
Yeah, it's like you can't. Yeah, man, fear. There's fear, right? Being scared, all these feelings. You don't need to feel those. You really don't.
Yeah.
And it's, when you master your brain, when you truly master your brain, which is you do not let outside influences affect how you think, right?
Yeah.
That you cannot teach that. And that's something I always like, I want to preach in the future, right? When I have some resources to do this, but man, this society and how we're doing things now is going to lead to a generation of people that are going to be so depressed because they didn't get what they wanted, right? Because they're having expectations on shit that you can't achieve, right? It's so true. Because like, for example, if we look at someone that wants to be a fighter, all right? You have to do it every single day to be all right, right?
Yeah.
Like me, I did it since I was 2, boxing. I'm shit, dude. Like I tell you what, if I got into a ring with a guy who trained for like properly 12 years and this is what he wanted and that was his passion, he would kill me because that's my heart's not in the right place. My brain is not in the right place.
Yeah.
So to get rid of fear, right? And my experience, man, you have to. It sucks in the beginning, right? It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. That initial thing, but like my pencil thing, it's not that bad at all.
It's not that bad. Yeah.
And once you realize that, dude, the world is your oyster, man. The world is truly your oyster. Because what could hold you back, right? Like, what could hold you back? If you have no fears of anything and you just want to do things, what could hold you back?
Nothing. Because, well, they say like the only limitation is the one you place on yourself, right? And it's true because when you look at whatever it is you want to do, it's very possible to do it because, in my opinion, you don't even get the idea if you were more than capable of doing it. Like the idea of doing it won't even come to your mind if the universe didn't want you to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but in order to get there, you have to build your mind. And the only way that happens is if you go through that fear. Like the fear, to me now, after years of studying like my mindset and learning about stuff on YouTube, I've realized the fear, any negative thoughts, they're there to make you better. They're not there for you to stop at that point. They're not telling you to stop. They're there so that you build more courage, build more faith. Like you won't get to the place of building it. It takes, you know, like if you want to build muscle, right? You go to the gym. What does the muscle do? Like it tears itself apart to grow more muscle. So if that's the same thing with fear, you have to get torn apart for the new things to come into your life. So that's kind of my philosophy with fear, is that it's never meant to immobilize me. It's just meant to make me better by allowing me a choice to go further, to get more courage and faith and become more happier, or choose the path that won't be, or that will eventually make me feel really unhappy about myself. You know, that's a choice. But the unhappy one seems easy because it's, you know, like the comfort zone. That's what people call it. That's what it is. And it is the comfort zone. You sit there and it's everything that you've done, and you think that all you have is what you've done and the circumstances that were placed here for you. That's all you can have. And it's a miserable place to be.
It sucks, bro.
Because every idea, your whole heart and soul is telling you to go further. And you just had to trust it. Like you had to surrender to life in a way that lets you go there.
You hit the freaking bell, man. You basically have to surrender to life, man. You got to roll with the punches, man. And the one phrase I just lived by, man, right? You have to enjoy being uncomfortable. You have to love being uncomfortable. Because if you can enjoy being uncomfortable, there's nothing, dude.
There's nothing stopping you.
And that's why I'm so blessed, right? Like I'm super blessed the way I was raised. Because my dad was a fucking tough ass, man. He was he did some stuff in the UK. He did like government like work and military work and all that kind of stuff. So he was pretty hard in the head. And my parents divorced when I was super, super young, right? So I was raised by him more. But the thing he taught me was that, dude, at 2 years old, man, what did you, when you were 2 years old, what did you want to do, man? Like,
I don't even remember, right? 2 years old.
You probably want to fucking play Minecraft, man, get a pizza, chill, man. You know what I mean?
Dude, I don't even remember one thing at 2 years old, I think. Like, I don't remember that age at all.
See, I remember, the reason I remember it is because the shit I went through, right? Like, my dad at 2 years old, I told him, I want to be the best track star. Is that what you want to do? Yeah. Right then. What did he make me do? He made me run up this, literally a hill this steep, right? I was 2 years old, man.
2 years old.
He fucking made me run that every day. Did I become really good at track? Yeah. But I never knew at the time what it was. I was like, this shit sucks, man. But every time I do this shit that sucks, I get better at things.
Yeah.
I was too young to realize what it is now, right? Which is, like you said, it's the tearing of the muscle, but in your brain too.
Yeah.
That builds mental toughness, right? So that's what I was really lucky at a young age. And I feel like a lot of people that have immigrant parents and like that have that same thing. Yeah. Because what they do is they came here, man, with all their dreams and aspirations, and they said, listen, man, I'm here, man. I risked all this shit. I really hope you make the best of your life, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm super glad. Like, I have two older sisters as well. They don't really stay with my dad as much because they know he's that tough, right? But because I stayed with my dad, it changed the whole way I was. Because of my dad, dude, I'm literally where I am today.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for what he taught me, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, both my parents are immigrants. They came from India, and I think my dad came here when he was 16, literally just didn't know a lick of English, and fucking went through high school, went through college, and became like a top engineer. And so, yeah. And what I learned from them was like, they never like complained about it, like what they went through. Like, even though other people had better stuff, they just like kept grinding, kept working. And that stuck with me because I realized if you don't listen to any other people around you, like, or you don't listen to your circumstance, like they came from like small villages, not like big cities, but I mean, it wasn't like completely like living in huts or anything, but it was a small city, and they came from that, and they expanded their entire scope, like trying to come to America, where they didn't know that many people, where they barely had money, but they took that risk because the purpose of doing it outweighed the fear of it. And, you know, that's what I realized is, and I didn't realize it until I heard it, like from this speaker named Jim Rohn. And he said basically that, like, if your purpose is strong enough, the how is easy. You don't have to know how. But if the purpose is strong enough, it'll pull you through no matter what. And that's been my philosophy. And even though, like, yes, my parents went through all that shit, they still sometimes and I know other parents, like, they might want you to go in a certain direction. Like, they might want you to, and not like you said you wanted to be a track star, but what if your dad told you you have to be?
Yeah.
That's different. That's not like gonna sit well with people. And I've realized, like, you have to let other people do their shit because you don't know them at all. And nobody knows you. Nobody can tell you. Nobody should tell you what to do because only you can tell yourself that. And that's been a big part of my life of chasing freedom, like not listening to other people and what they want, but doubling down on myself no matter what. No matter the opinion of others, no matter if it works or doesn't work, just do you always.
Yep.
It'll always come out for the better.
You know what? That's the universal truth. Because who do you take to the grave with you? Who do you take to the grave with you?
Yourself.
Yourself and I, man. So if you fucking know yourself so intimately, man, and you truly double down on yourself, because I'll be honest, man, I've seen it all the time, and in life you see it. No one will take your back unless you prove that you've done something. Random people. Your family might. But sometimes even your family might doubt you because they don't know what the hell that path is going to be. Like you said, right? Sometimes your parents are in that circumstance. You and me come from similar circumstances in that regard. Because even you don't want to be a track star on them too, right? When I was in high school, I didn't have a fucking... I didn't get to be like... Yes, today I want to be a sociology major. No, man, I would be kicked out of my house, dude. I'd have to figure out a way to live. I literally, dude, it was either same, engineer, doctor, fucking same, right? But I was lucky enough because my dad did business. So he said, if you want, you can do finance. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, more money, right? So I was like, all right. So I took those things and I said, all right, that's what you want me to be because I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Right? You're scared. It's fear.
It's
right?
fear.
Again, it comes from fear.
It comes from fear. And also, like, their uncertainty, like, they want the best from you. Yeah. But that's the thing of it. Like, there's this quote by, I think Wayne Dyer said, he said, your children are not your children. They are life's unfolding of itself. They came through you, but not for you.
That is a beautiful quote because I believe that too. Yeah.
Yeah. And what it's saying and what I've realized, like, even if when I have kids, like I brought them into this world, like when I have them, but it's not my responsibility and doing to make them who they are. They will make themselves. And I had to trust that process for them. I will never know who they are. I'll support them. I'll do everything for them to make their life happy and good, but they have to choose their own path because I require the same. Why would I expect other people to be restricted from that shit? Like ever since I was like a fucking kid, I've always been the person like to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. Never did I listen to just because other people were doing it. I would always be different from other people, not for the sake of being different, but because I am different. Yeah. Because I do think differently. Like everybody in elementary school, I asked the question, like, why are we in school? Like, what is this shit? Like,
that's a good question, man. It's very philosophical. Yeah.
Like what, why are we doing this? And then some kid was like, well, we need to get good grades and shit so we could go to college. I was like, well, why would we do that? So, and then he's like, well, to get a good job. Well, that's not what I want. And he was like, and he just like lost his shit because that's what everybody told him. Like, go to school, get good grades, go to college, get good grades, get a job. And I was like, then what? Well, then you just do that and then maybe retire And I'm like, that's not what I want,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, so I realized that shit at a young age of not being like everybody else because that's what everybody's doing, but finding your own shit. And I've never veered from that ever in my life. I don't think I've gotten away from that principle because I don't know, something in me just always told me if you trust in life, if you trust in this calling that you have, it will always guide you to whatever you want.
100.
It will always guide you to the actual happiness that everybody seeks. Everybody wants like the success and happiness, but they take actions based on fear. Like that's you're doing things to play it safe. Like if you want to live an extraordinary life, you had to do extraordinary things. And in order to do extraordinary things, you have to think extraordinary thoughts, because that's where everything starts from.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very true, man. I mean, like, same. Because like when I was a kid, right, the track thing, I was doing my runs, right, and all that kind of stuff. And the one thing I realized when I was that young, I had one opera performance. I never did opera in my life, right? But my sisters were into singing. And my mom was like really into arts. She was an artist herself, right? So she kind of gave us that outing a little bit, you know what I mean? Like she was like, okay, if you want to like just relax, go sing. I fucking hate it. I sounded like a dead pigeon, dude. I swear to God, right? But for some reason, something was calling me into that field. Because man, when I was on that, I was like 7, 8. I remember this, man, like it was yesterday. I was running down the stairs. I was looking at my costume. There was a dressing thing underneath, right? I was looking at my costume, like, man, I'm fucking looking good, man. I was like 7, 8. I'm like, it's looking good. Oh shit. I realized that they were already starting to play, so I had to run up yeah, dude. So I was the only one in that changing room. So I started booking it down the hallway. I have to go up these stairs. I rolled my ankle bad, right? Man, something overtook me, man. And I remember this to this day. I didn't fucking cry. Normally I would cry. I didn't cry. I was like, I have to get to that stage. I have to get to that stage. And I got to the stage and I fucking loved it, man. Loved it. But then I never got it again. Because just like you said, I was starting to be pushed down a path, right? And out of fear, I was following it because it was fear of, no, I got to do this for my parents. I had the thought of, I got to do this for my parents. Yeah. Right? But sometimes that thought can kill you. Yeah, it can kill you. And so I was like, I got to do this for my parents, right? So I started doing international finance. That's what I was going to do, right? High school, shit grades. I had a 1.9 in high school, dude. Really? Oh, yeah. So then when that was happening, that whole fucking thing, my dad's starting to realize, like, okay, this fucking kid's no chance this kid's going to do this. Yeah. So now he goes, all right, maybe he wants to be a boxer, right? And my dad at that time was super supportive of me being a boxer because that's what he wanted to do, but he just didn't have the opportunity. Yeah. So when I got knocked out and everything and I changed, I said, all right, what gave me that feeling, that happiness, right? That everyone wants, right? What gave me that? And I don't even want that, right? I don't even want that. What will make me every day I look forward to doing it? I don't give a shit about, to be honest, man, money, fame, all that shit, it will fucking go like that, man. Yeah. It fucking goes very quick, right? But what doesn't go is if you followed your passion, it doesn't matter if you live in a freaking box, man, like a fucking shoebox. But if you can say to yourself, man, but every day I go to work, I fucking love it. Yeah, and it's
like I chose this life.
I chose this for myself, and I enjoy it. Because all I'm doing is expressing it's fulfillment, right? Maybe your fulfillment's here. Maybe that is what you want. That's what
everybody
you want.
Has different fulfillments, I think. Different levels of what they want. But don't let anybody else's level like deter you from what you want. Don't let them
sway you. Never let anyone sway you, man. Like I'm telling you what, man. There's that saying, like sheeple, right? Sheeple, man, it is the most true saying ever. I'll tell you what. And I did this for myself because we'll get into that a little bit too. But I was a bit of a psycho. I was doing shit because I wanted to make a philosophy for my life. So I did the extreme of asking for a pencil, right? I fucking got pulled over. I was like getting not arrested, but I was like on the brink a couple of times of getting arrested by the cops because I took it the complete. We'll get into that. But anyways, yeah. But anyways, so I realized, man, I'm living this life that's not for me. All right? And now this boxing thing, I broke my foot. I was like, fuck. You know what? And I thought that. I go, you know what gave me happiness? And I can fucking talk now. I'm not like a weirdo. I love being on stage acting and shit. I love that shit. Theater. Loved it. But my fucking dad is like, man, you're going to go from boxing to fucking theater? How the hell does that work? And I've never done that. I only did it once when I was 8, man, right? Yeah. But something inside me was like, I just want to fucking just give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So this was during the pandemic, right? And I wanted to take an acting class, but everything's closed. So I made a TikTok, right? Started posting funny skits on it. Not for anyone else, for myself, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if this is funny for me, I'm going to keep it up because I think this is good.
Yeah.
4 videos down, 1 video goes. No views at all. I'm like, fuck, man, I think this is pretty good. I was about to take it down.
Yeah.
I was like, should I take it down? No, I'm going to leave it for myself. Go to sleep, wake up the next day. That video got fucking 800,000 views, 200,000 likes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the one I didn't want to do, right?
Yeah.
I had doubts. And I was like, shit, man, why am I doubting myself?
Mm-hmm.
No, man, I'm going to back myself now. I'm going to back myself. So I started doing that. Started doing more, right? Then I hit 10K on TikTok. Oh, nice. 20, nice. Then I hit 80 in fucking 3 months. I hit 80,000 followers like that, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, love this, man. More people were starting to invite me to shit, right? I had no friends, barely.
Mm-hmm.
Random fucking frats, man. Hey, man, you want to come drink with us? I never used to drink. Yeah, man, fucking why not?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want to smoke a cigarette? Yeah, man, I'll fucking smoke a cigarette. Yeah. Hey, you want to try that? Yeah, fucking give me some of that, man. I was going down the wrong path and I didn't even know because I never had that level of, first off, social, like, prowess, right? Where I'm like, oh, yeah, man, like, I'm one of the dudes, right? I never had that. So I was like, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too much because then what ended up happening is really fucking, I could say that. But anyways, man, I ended up in a situation where I was presented with a person that was in the same vehicle as me with cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to this area to do pranks. That's why I love doing pranks, right? So I was doing pranks. And one of the pranks at Fashion Island was, that fountain fashion, there's this like fountain right next when you enter up the elevator.
Yeah.
I wanted to get in there and swim around in that shit and just start screaming, whatever came to mind. So I do it. The prank is over, man. No security, nothing. I'm going back to my car and I'm with one of my friends. I'm not going to say his name, but I'm with not anymore. He's not my friend, but I'm with one person. Then I'm with another friend who's my friend now, Tejas, right? He was our driver. And so Tejas is there. He was scared, man, the whole time. I can say this because it's facts, man. But he was super scared the whole time, right? And so he would get back to the car. We're starting to get to the car, and there's these like people there. Mm-hmm. And all I wanted to do was ask them a make-believe question. It was for the intro of my video, right? I was like, do you guys have any edegeda? Do you know where edegeda is? Edegeda is, it's not a real thing, right? Mm-hmm. Dude, the fucking dad starts looking at me. Fuck, he was like some Armenian guy. He's like, what do you say? I'm like, no, I'm just asking if there's a store called edegeda. And he's like, no, I don't think. I'm like, okay, I'm walking away. One of my buddy, that dude, that guy who will not be named, he's sitting there with the fucking camera in their face. So they now know that something's going on. They're, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, no. He's like, no, he recording me. What? I'm like, I don't even know who he is. So I fucking flipped it. I was like, I don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you don't know who he is? I'm like, yeah. And then this guy goes, this is your phone. Because he's using my phone to record it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck.
He didn't play along. He
got scared. So I was like, shit. So then this Armenian guy who thought I was his boy fucking does a 180, looks at me and goes, well, you know who I was a part of? I go, no, man, I don't, man. He's like, I was part of USSR KGB. I'm like, fuck. But you have a sense of people, right? So I'm looking at him like, nah, he's bullshitting me, dude. Then his son, this big fat dude, is like, I was in the Air Force. I was quick on my feet that day, Shyam. I was like, he was fat as fuck. I was like, Air Force? Buddy, you can't even get in the fucking car, dude. How can you drive a car, McDonald boy? And he's fucking like, they're all pissed, right?
Yeah.
So then they're like, we're gonna call the cops. I'm like, go ahead, fucking call the cops. It was my lucky day. The fucking, the patrol vehicle of the cop comes and sees this altercation. He hears the Armenian guy. He goes, I'm going to cut you like a, I'm like,
You heard that?
Yeah. So he goes, I'm going to cut you. And I'm like, all right. And then I started getting, I was like, oh, fucking come on. And I broke out of character, dude. I wasn't Donnie Zarek anymore. This was big Zarek Dhillon in the boxing gym, man. I was like, fucking, you want to go then? Cunt, let's fuck. Cop comes. Back away. This Armenian guy kept wanting to fuck with me, right? So I shouldn't have done this. He's coming up to me, and I just fucking give him like a strong shove. He was the best actor I've ever met, and I think I'll ever meet. Man plays it like a football flop. Like that, he falls down. He hit me. The cop was on my side, thank God. He saw the whole thing. He's like, no, dude. He's like, he pushed you. It's fine. It's fine. The guy's so embarrassed, right? He gets back up. He's like, this guy, he's recording me. He's like, he's allowed to record you. It's a public place. No, does he know who I am? This is what he's telling the cop this.
Yeah.
Dude, does he know who I'm like, I don't know who you are, sir. I don't know who you are. And the cop's like, all right, dude. You gotta, like, tells the guy, he's like, you gotta go. What do you mean I have to? You have to go. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to give you, I don't know, fucking, you're harassing him now. Me. I was like, what a fucking turn of events, right? Karma. So then they walk off. And now the cop's talking to us. He goes, what were you guys saying? I said, just asking for the stories. You can't push him because that can be assault. So I was lucky, but I could have been charged for assault, right? And so I was all right. And he's like, do you have a police record? I go, no, I'm not here. And then he goes, okay. And then he goes, okay, that's fine. I just want to see can I see your IDs just to make sure? Yeah, sure. Then the dude that will not be named who had coke on him, that I didn't know at the time had coke on him, cocaine. He's like, oh, I don't have my ID. Okay. Then my boy Tejas, he didn't fucking have his driver's license. And I didn't know that he was driving without a driver's license at the time. He is now. But at the time, he was driving without a driver's license. Yeah.
He didn't say anything. He's just like, let me just
dude,
drive.
he was sweating. And then he just said, I'll drive you guys. I'll drive you guys. I'm like, cool, dude, yeah. I was like, so then the cop's here and he comes up to me. He's like, just really low key. He's like, I don't have my driver's license. I fucking go, what? He's like, I don't have my driver's. He's like, yeah. And the cop goes, I just want to see the driver's ID. Shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, sounds good. And I was like, fuck, think Z. I was like, think Big Z. Hey, man, you know what's my first, and this is what I told him. I go, hey, man, you know what's my first time doing this kind of recording shit? Right? He goes, yeah. So what are the laws for like recording in public spaces? So they start saying you can't record on this. I get him on this tangent, just talking on this tangent. I said, all right, officer, you have a great day. He's all right, you too. Gets in his car and fucking goes. I'm like, Tej, get in that fucking car and run, dude. Yeah. So then he runs in. We're good. But yeah, dude.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking insane.
But that's just one of like many things. But right, I did like crazy shit like that in order to prove to myself that fear and all this shit's stupid.
Yeah.
Because if you can almost fucking do that kind of thing and almost get charged with assault, you're fine, dude. If you
that was quick thinking too, though. Like to get him on that tangent.
God was on my side. Dude, literally God was on my side. I don't know what came to me. I was like,
that's
please.
Crazy.
Yeah,
holy
man.
Shit, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, but you know, it all started evolving. So then when I did that, so I was like, all right, let's calm it down. Let me just do something else now. And then when school opened up, that's when I took my first acting class on Zoom, right? Zoom acting.
Really?
Bullshit acting. Yeah. So I'm doing it.
Go
ahead, no worries. Yeah, man, no worries. My shitty phone. Oh, we're good, man. We're fine. We're sorted, bro. That thing's a trooper, man. That thing, literally, dude, I threw that shit off a cliff. I'm not even joking.
Really?
I don't know how. It's good, man. I don't know how.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn.
But yeah, man. So that was my first acting class. Was the Zoom acting, and I was like, all right, dude, I'm gonna make the best of this opportunity, right? And I told the teacher the first day because I was like, fuck, bro. Because I didn't tell my dad at this time that I'm changing my thing. I didn't tell him yet. He thinks I was going to college for international. Still thought I was in college. I already changed it.
Yeah.
I already changed it. I didn't even take the fucking, mind you, I didn't even take the class, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even take the class, but I was so sure, like you said before, when you really have a calling, the how will make sense.
The how makes sense.
If you have the why, though, you're good.
Yeah.
And I had that. I was like, I don't know what it is, but something's drawing me to this shit, dude. Let's go.
Everybody has that, like that pull. And if you just listen to it, I'm telling you, even if it like doesn't make sense at the beginning, just like go take one step and you'll realize like the whole world just opens up for you.
Yeah.
And everything that like the steps will just come to itself. Like this thing happened to me when I told you before the podcast, like I started doing the podcast in a study room.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to do a podcast for about like 3 months before I even got to that point, right? And this was like the summer of about to be the end of my senior year of high school. And I had this idea of doing the podcast, but I didn't have any equipment, any space to do it. Like no physical space. You need a desk, you need chairs, you need some things to happen. I wanted to do it with guests. Had no guests, none of that shit. But all I knew was like, I really fucking wanted it bad, more than anything I wanted in my life up to that point. And I watched life over time just give me everything I wanted. Like, I don't know how, like the how is a mystery to me till this day.
Yeah.
How it happened.
Yeah.
But it just worked out. It just worked. Like
that
the
is giving me
space happened.
fucking chills.
Yeah.
Because that is so weird. That is so weird you say that. That is exactly what happened to me. And I literally thought I was the only one. Because that same thing, man. You start with fucking nothing. But for some reason, there's just something in you that's like, I gotta go do this. And you're right. If it's meant to, it just fucking falls into place, man.
Like there was a director that just, I went in for this interview for this business program. I told him about the podcast. I think saying the podcast to him, like I was going to start a podcast, that landed me into the program of like business honors. And then he gave me the space. And then I told my friend about being a co-host. And then, he said yes. And at first, like it was a different person that I had in mind, but he canceled on me, like, cause he knew that he wouldn't be available for that many times. So he told me up front, which I fucking respect the fuck out of. Shout out to Daniel. And he told me up front, and then a different person came in, and then I got the equipment, started studying it, didn't know what to call it at all, like 714 podcast, that no name, I didn't have any name, no logo. I just like fucking made it like randomly. I don't know where the idea came from. Just, I don't know how ideas come from, but like it just came, and that's what I stuck with, and started all these pieces just fall into place. Everything just came together, and it was one of the most exciting times of my life. And now I'm on a different journey like that I feel on, and it's giving me that same excitement of getting up there, and it's going to be fucking amazing. Yeah.
Good, man. Yeah, dude. That's, I think really, man, if your purpose is purposeful and you're purposeful with your purpose, you'll make it, man. And it's not like it's not even like, I don't know, dude. It's the fucking, I love history, right? I love history and I love philosophy. Same. Love it, man. But the one reason I love it the most is because, man, it's so true. History does repeat itself. And the ancient knowledge that they had then, right? The Romans, the ancient Greeks, the philosophy, the knowledge. It's still, if you can find something that from that time period that still holds true today, that is everlasting knowledge that's through time. That's the everlasting truth, right? And the one thing from my life that I enjoy finding is finding universal truth, right? Universal truth means this fucking, I know if I drink water, all right, it'll make me feel not thirsty anymore, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful H2O, right? Same goes for certain things in life. If I know my mindset's going to take me here, and I look in history and see, okay, this same mindset has brought these people here, I know it's going to work, right? So there's certain things in life that are inevitable, but it's how you, in my mind, it's how you spin it. Because you can make it, like you said, like depression, right? What is depression? Depression is you in this negative loop cycle, right? Because what's the opposite of depression? You'd be in a positive loop cycle, right?
It all has to do with momentum, I think.
Yes.
And the momentum of energy shifts throughout whatever you think of. And it's like, it's kind of phrased as in, there's a Bible verse that says, you reap what you sow, and your mind is the fertile soil.
It is,
and
man.
It doesn't matter what you plant. The plant is the thought, like what the seeds are the thoughts. Every thought gets planted, like no matter what. You could think of any thought and it will always get planted. So what's unique about human beings is that we could choose the thought. It's a hard thing. That's why they call it like working on your will, building focus.
Mental toughness.
Mental toughness. Like this is, you had to train your mind. This is what they talk about. You have to train your mind to pick the right seed to plant.
Yes.
And that creates momentum. And it could be, and it's like I said, it could be any seed. It could be the negative one that could put you in a hole. And it could be the one that makes your life fucking amazing. And it's basically heaven on earth. Right. And those are the two dichotomies that emerge. And the more knowledge you gain about it, like if you know, like I'm telling you, this is knowledge, what I'm saying. And if you understand it, that's all you need. Like this, that's why they say knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power and knowledge is freedom, man.
Knowledge is freedom. Yeah. Because the more you know, the more you know that you have the capacity to change your own life, the more you'll actually fucking change it and do it for the better and become more happier, and all the good things happen for you.
150%, dude. That's just life.
That's
you know
life.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And I like what you said about reaping that's funny you say it like that. That's how my my Muay Thai my new Muay Thai coach, right? That's how he says it, right? And it's so true. And that's why I said, like in the beginning, I'm so blessed to have the people I had around me early on in my life to plant those seeds in me.
Yeah.
Because when you're that young, right, all your parents can do and a great parent should is just give you the seed. It's up to you. Like you say, it's up to you if you want to take that, but just to give you that seed.
Yeah.
And if you want to work on that, fine. Right? But the hard part is, and that is the fucking difficult part that people can't get, right? Because you and me, we can talk about this shit all day. You gotta, no, fear's not a real thing, man.
Yeah. I mean, but dude, when you go through it, it is like, we're both in a good space right now, but trust me, like even last week or a few days ago, I was going through doubts and fears. Like it comes and goes. Like you'll never get rid of it. But when you're in it, just always think it happens for a reason. But even when you're in it, even when you feel like shit, don't resist, because again, this I learned through fucking terrible headaches. What you resist persists.
100%.
If you resist that negative shit, watch life just drill you with more, because it doesn't want you to resist it. It wants you to accept it. It wants you to understand what this is meant for. This is actually meant for you. Yeah. You know,
it's like, you know what it is, man? Life has a very funny way of fucking you over and then fucking over the same way. Yeah. Because you know why? Because it's like, it's almost like, you know, whatever you believe in, God, the universe, whatever it is, I'm a very spiritual guy, but that higher power, man, I think it's literally the universe going, listen, dumbass, I tried to teach you the first time, you didn't, so I'm going to do it again. Because and that's what, even with religion, people say, right? Oh, I don't believe in God because there's bad things. Fucking dude. If there's not bad things, they're not good things, right? If there's not death, there's no flowers, right? You know what I mean? There's always the thing, right? If you die, right, your body is used as fertilizer for things to grow. It's the cycle of life. It keeps going. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I don't think of it as like religion in a sense, but like I do believe in energy. Yeah. Energy is, to me, God.
It's a big thing.
You know, that's what I believe in. And that's the beauty of life is that anybody could have their own perspective. Like you don't have to believe in one thing, but believe in what empowers you.
That's what religion is, man.
That's what religion is.
And I think that's why religion can be such a manipulative thing. Like I'm Sikh, right? I'm Sikh. And in Sikhism, one thing they teach you, right, is to respect all the other religions, right? As a Sikh, it's not my job to be like, hey man, I don't want you to convert. Actually, I don't want you to. Yeah. I'd rather you become the best possible version of yourself in your own sect. Yeah. Because religion is just a word.
I think every single person has to have their own religion.
That's what I say, man. Yeah. because everyone needs their own religion. Because you need it's what it is, dude. At the end of the day, you can call whatever you like, man. Spice it however you want. You know what I mean? Literally, man, it's your own belief system in yourself that can tie you to the energy, the universe. Yeah. And if you find that so personal for yourself, whatever it might be, even if it sounds outlandish, man, like I don't fucking know, you believe in a floating burger in the sky. Dude, if you fucking believe in that shit, all power to you, man. And that's what people want to chase. That's why religion is the biggest thing that can manipulate people too, right? Is because look at like most, not even, people always say this, right? Islam. Oh, Islam. You know, it is a beautiful religion. If you look at the actual Quran, you read, it's a beautiful religion. But the teachers themselves are the ones that corrupt it because they know that people, it's sad, man.
They twist it in a way that benefits them.
Exactly.
Sense,
and they're going to twist it, right? Like there's one thing, and it's true. Islam, you're supposed to treat your captives. If you capture someone more, you're supposed to treat them very nicely. You're not supposed to behead them, deface them. What are the terror groups, right? Where do they do that? And then the Western society will go, that's Islam. Fuck no, it's not, dude. You know, there's a whole region that you haven't even seen, you know? Yeah. So much beauty.
Every religion talks about the same shit. That's what I realized.
It is. It's all the same.
And it has nothing to do with like the physical world. It has everything to do with your mind and how good it can become.
Yeah, it's how to better yourself to get to that next level, man. It really is.
And it's not about following any direct step. It's understanding different pieces of it and what it means to you specifically. Like it's not what somebody else, like that's what, you know, preachers and stuff do is they tell you information, and not all of them, but some of them tell you this and they tell you to believe in that. But what's better, in my opinion, is if you listen to it and then come up with your own conclusion and how it empowers you in your own specific way. That's how you get the most out of any idea.
Yep.
You know, and it doesn't really matter what other people think about it. Does it make you feel better?
Exactly.
And feeling better is like really everything. Like to me, if you feel in a really joyful state, you are one with the universe. Like that's being one, like you're enlightened in that energy and everything just works for you because you are in a high spirit. and a high energy. And that's what feeling is. We do everything based on feeling.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, I think, one thing, you keep bringing up a lot is like people think, right? You can't care what people think. Man, if you, the moment you care, like we said it before, you said it before, but you can't let people fucking do shit. Like, man, I'll tell you what, man. People in general, they're just fucking, like, I don't want to be a dickhead, but like, man, if you follow the crowd, you're dumb. If you take a eagle's eye view and say, oh, I'm going to just follow this crowd. Bro, you don't know where the fuck the crowd's going to go, man. If sheeple, right? If one sheep goes off the cliff, the rest will go with it. Yeah. So it shouldn't matter what fucking people think, man. Be the black sheep. I always encourage people to do shit that makes you feel so uncomfortable or so, I don't want people to do it, dude. Even if it's the weirdest fucking shit, as long as you're not gonna get arrested, do it.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it doesn't harm other people.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's the biggest thing. Like, yes, you could do whatever the fuck you want, but you have to give it to other people too, to do whatever they want and not limit them in any way either. That's also
that's
part
what I mean.
of it.
You can't infringe on people, but it's like I don't know. It's like you're not infringing on someone's ideology, right? It's almost like this is my ideology. My ideology won't be affected by everyone else. You shouldn't care, and that's the world is very yin and yang, man. You have to have the dark with the light. It's sad, but not everyone will succeed. Not everyone in this life succeeds. That's just life. If you want to be the one that succeeds, then you have to basically realize shit. Like the stuff that we're talking about. If you start realizing that stuff and making it personal for yourself and taking the bits of knowledge and taking the things like that and making it for yourself, like religion or anything, dude, you won't need anyone else. Like we said in the beginning, you're talking about how you had no one, right, for your podcast. You did it from the foundation up, right? And I gave a really good, like, kind of an analogy. I was giving an analogy before this podcast, which is, man, he was telling me, he goes, I did everything from scratch and I did it all independently because now you know it intimately. You don't need anyone else for this, right? Yeah. But I told him, I said, that's how you have to be with life. You can't rely on anyone or anything for anything, right? Because, for example, with anything, right? If I was making you, let's build a house, right? I said, I want to build a house. All right. You go to a bricklayer. He's going to give you the bricks. I want to buy this many bricks. Cool. But also, I don't have enough money. Let me just rent these 3 for now. Then when I get some money, maybe in the future, I'll pay for those. Okay. So now you built this big house. Oh, I need those bricks back because you borrowed them from me. They're not yours. Oh, those 3 bricks grow, your whole house is gone, man. Because now you were lacking something that you should have had in yourself, you know?
The foundation.
The foundation. Yeah. And everything in life, man, is foundation. You can't look, and that's the difference that's why I did Muay Thai actually, right? Is because the actual mindset of the Thai people in Thailand, fucking way drastically different than the people here, especially training, right? Like there's this thing called sabai sabai, all right? It's something I live by now. It's a little story, right? So sabai sabai basically means it is what it is, basically, right? I don't know the actual translation of Thai, if anyone's Thai, right? Yeah. But this is what it means, and my coach explains to me. He was in a gym, right? He was at his gym. So one of my first coaches I ever trained with, I don't want to say his name because we had a bit of an issue, but he told me something, right? And he goes, listen, man, he goes, when he was in Thailand training, right? He's an older guy. There was a coffee shop right outside. Like his gym was over there and he had to walk on this big fucking road for 2 miles and there was a coffee shop. And every morning at that coffee shop, he saw 2 old guys, right? And they were just laughing, giggling, drinking their fucking coffee or drinking and having a great time. One day he goes by, right? And there was like a police car, fucking machete on the ground. A dude's arm was off.
Really?
Yeah. And the fucking other guy screaming on the ground. That's the guy who lost his arm, right? Yeah. The other guy was his friend. He's arrested. So basically, that dude chopped his fucking arm off for whatever reason, right? Next day, a week goes by. That same dude is in the same fucking coffee shop without an arm, still laughing, drinking. You know why, man? Life fucking goes by. So for example, he was missing a whole arm, gone. Yeah. That didn't fucking stop him. Right? Because at the end of the day, man, you are the sailor of your own ship, right? And sometimes when you feel lost or depressed, you may think it's almost like you're lost at sea. Fuck, I have no indications. Shit, there's no light, there's no eagle, there's no land. I don't see anything. Shit. But if you take like what we're talking about, no fear, discipline, mental toughness, right? All that stuff, what it will teach you is, right, I know there's nothing here, but I'm going to keep treading. And if you just keep fucking treading, even in your life, right? Even when shit, you know this is what you want to do, right? Yeah. But you're not getting the results you want. But this is what you want to do. Keep fucking treading, man. Keep treading, man. Keep treading. Because I had one opportunity. I don't want to say it now until it comes to fruition. But one thing that happened for me, I did put it off. It was an acting kind of thing. I put it off. I don't want to do this, man. I'm sore from training, man. Oh, I'm tired from sparring, right? All these excuses. But then that thought comes in my head. Is this what you want? Or are you making excuses because this is really what you don't want? That's the negative talk. Yeah. But see, I use it in a way, that's true. Do I want this? And I said, all right, fuck it. I'll do it. Didn't rehearse, didn't fucking do anything, nothing. And we got a call back. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like you can't, even when you think shit is just, oh man, like I'm getting my ass beat, right? Life is kicking me in the dick, right? Get back up, dude. Get back up, brush it off, keep going. You can't stop. When you stop, dude, life is a train, dude. I've learned this since I was a kid, right? Life is a train, dude. And right now, like when you're young, you're on that platform. And if you get your shit right, you'll get on that train, you're good. But if you fuck around, man, or you don't believe me, I don't know. This train's not for me. You just fucking missed your life, man. You've missed your life. Yeah, life,
I think, I forget who said this, but I think it was Casey Neistat. He made a video, you know, on those airport, or not escalator, but those, it's like an escalator, but it's on the floor.
Oh shit! Those like fucking I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like they're, so it makes you like walk faster, basically.
You feel like Jesus.
Like, if you run, you're gonna get ahead.
Yeah.
If you walk, you'll gradually go up. But if you stop, you'll go back. And so that's with life. Like if you stop, you're not gonna get. And instead, you're not just going to stay in the same place. You're actually going to go back.
Yep.
And it's going to be worse for you. And you also mentioned the boat example, like the ship, right? And that struck a chord with me because I heard somebody say that it's when you're lost at sea, like your mind is lost. The only real remedy is to have a bigger vision, because you go the direction you face in life. And if you have no direction, you will go nowhere. So build some type of vision for yourself, because even like a ship, like no ship is made and then they don't just like send it off and it's in the ocean.
Good luck, man.
Good luck. There's always a destination. They know where they're heading. Like if you say, you want to get from Beijing to LA, they know like, okay, this is the end point. Start with the end in mind. You have to build what, like you as human beings, you have the ability to build the image in your mind of what it's like at the end.
Yep.
So think from that place. Don't think from this, like where it's at right now.
Yep.
Think from the place where it's already done and see yourself there already right now. And watch those ideas to get you there, and the actions and everything that you have to do just come like that. And that's what I mean by you don't have to worry about how it's going to happen. The how just takes care of itself when you're in that state of mind. That bigger vision, it's everything.
You're right, man. Yeah. I mean, even like if you take it to like we both like history, right? And one thing I do is I love learning about history and then taking it. Like what example can I take from that? And how can I apply it to my life? I've always loved that shit, right?
Yeah.
So one thing I learned is like Vikings, man. The Vikings, those don't. Well, the Scandinavians, right? If you want to be a fucking, I'm not gonna get that shit. But if you want to be like a fucking historian buff, right? Because I feel like someone would come for me if I said some shit like that.
Yeah.
But whatever, man. Vikings, man. Vikings. These Donnies, they fucking. I was thinking about this, dude. Norway is such a fucking like the way where they're living on the coast is like nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, fucking imagine the balls it takes for the guy to go like, hey, Sven, man, you see that ocean there? Yeah, I see that. What if we fucking just got like a bunch of logs, put them together, and just sent them off?
Yeah.
You fucking crazy, man? I don't know.
Could work.
That one Donnie did it, and then that's their whole culture, right? But like you say, I believe life is like that, man. It's a fucking shipwright, right? Sometimes when you're sailing through that sea, rough, fucking really rough. But what's at the end of that, man? A fucking beautiful rainbow, a beautiful sun.
Yeah. You had to be able to see it before it happens, though. Like
100%.
Like we say, like the energy, like it could tell, like it kind of makes it happen in a way. Like if you think certain thoughts, it will like come to fruition.
It'll
like
manifest,
the seeds,
you're right,
seeds will
manifest.
plant itself and it'll just come to be because the universe can feel the energy you have. And if everything's energy and your thoughts are energy, wouldn't your thoughts influence the energy? Wouldn't it do something? It has to do something. It's not just like these thoughts come from somewhere and you send them off somewhere.
Yeah.
So it definitely affects this physical plane. I think like that. It's not like proven fact. It's not science, but from my experience of life and what I've been through and the things that have gone on in my life, I believe it more than anything.
Same, man. Like I was never really religious, never. But shit that has happened to me and the things like, dude, people would think I'm a fucking lunatic, man. Lunatic. I didn't even believe in, dude, I can't say, but I was a really troubled guy. After that shit, I was a really troubled guy. I was doing stupid shit I shouldn't have done, right? Yeah. Landed me in and things I shouldn't have been in, right? Situations. But the one thing, man, that always stayed true to me, and the one thing I found was religion, or that higher purpose, that universe, God, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I found that, man.
Yeah.
And it was true for me. Because I was like, all right, I said in my head, I said, this shit's fucking real, man. Like, all right, we'll see. Right?
Let's see.
I'm gonna see if this is really, if what I'm hearing and what I think is true, I'm gonna go see. Fucking man, it falls right. If you do the right things and you keep pushing forward and you believe that and you're synced with it, that's it, man. You're fucking in the race, man. Yeah. I believe that. And I think it's sad, man. To me, it's really sad that people don't think like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'd never have gotten, now I get it, but like, I never used to get like, fuck, man, why wouldn't you believe in yourself? You know what I mean? Like, other people aren't you. So why the fuck would you listen to them? They're not you.
I forget who said this, but it might have been this guy named Reverend Ike. He used to preach in New York, sold out like Madison Square Garden and shit to do talks. And he said, a belief in yourself is a belief in God. If you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in God.
Yeah. Because what are we? We're the creations of God, right? God created us, as it says. Yeah. So if we're creations of God, as you say.
He even said like this, you don't have to believe this, but he said, you are God. Like, it's not like God isn't something outside of you. And that struck a chord with me because for a long time, I believed that that's why I didn't believe in religion, is because people were always saying that God is something outside. How could it be outside if I'm doing this shit? Like I'm getting these ideas. How could somebody else dictate? And the second I heard that, I was like, that makes so much more sense. Like that actually works. Yeah. That the energy, I mean, God is kind of like it's a term. It's a loose term. Like it's just a term. Like you can put a lot of fucking words on there.
Allah, God, Yeshua. There's so many different ones, right?
Fucking shit on there. But when you realize that that's you're not just like a human being. Yeah. When you think from a place of like a higher thing, like when you listen to a song that like really turns you on, like you just feel like fucking amazing. Like I'm the man. Like that's how you should feel. And that's how you should look at yourself, of that higher power. Like even Kanye West, have you seen that new documentary of him on Netflix?
I haven't.
Like all that shit that he does, you could just see the oozing confidence he has in himself. And you could still see it to this day, where he doesn't give a fuck about anybody or anything. He's just so focused on himself that he now gets to share the blessings with everybody else.
Yeah, man, it's true. But you know, I like your point, right? But for me, my belief has always been just different, man. My belief has always been different. But like for me, man, I believe that we have God inside, but there's something we can't explain. I don't know what the fuck I do this. I always do this, right? Because I don't know I don't know what the fuck it is. Like I have a set. Even with people, you can have a sense of someone's energy, right? Yeah. Already when we walked in the room, we kind of had a sense of each other. If we didn't like each other, man, already we could already fuck. Yeah, man. Yeah. You can tell. You can tell really quick. That's not within me. Maybe it is, right? Maybe it's something like whatever the fuck. But for me, dude, like I've just a lot of things and a lot of really bad shit's happening. A lot of bad shit's happening to me, right? But out of those bad shit, shit might be dead, man. Out of those bad shits. Let's see.
That's still going, but it's at 13.
We'll cut it. Yeah. Done.
And
Shit, how much have we been recording, bro? I don't even know how long.
I think it's like an hour, but
Fuck me.
I don't know. I think mine's still recording. I could put it up here.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do. Yeah. No worries.
You could just keep talking.
No, it's all good, bro. I'll wait for you. Don't even trip, bro. I like it. You just do it live, huh? So you just fucking send it out. I like that. It's like, all fucking gas, no brakes, man. I like it.
Keep going.
Okay, cool.
And,
Yeah, you can just give me mine. Then I'll fucking, because I got to get GPS for the home, bro. Otherwise, I'm going to be in Corona for the rest of the day, bro. I'll go to that Marine recruiting center, man. Fucking make some friends, you know what I mean? All right.
Yeah, it's at 13%.
Okay, cool.
So we're chilling.
But yeah, man. Yeah, for me, no, it's all good. So for me, basically, bro, like, I don't know, man. I've been through a lot of shit, and I've kind of realized, bro, that God is within you. I believe that. There's a piece of God in everyone.
Yeah.
Or universe, or energy. That's why we have this, right? But it's also something that you have to surrender yourself to. Because the more you try to believe that everything's within you, no. All the tools you have are within you. You are the prisoner and the warden, right? You are the lock and key to yourself, right? But I believe that if you fucking surrender yourself to the life, right? We'll not even call it life. If I just surrender my life,
the universe, whatever
it is, right?
Yeah.
If I surrender myself to that and say, this is what I want to do, and if I fucking, now this is extreme, my thinking, but if I fucking die doing whatever I'm doing, it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Like if I fucking, dude, like if I die driving home, right, dude, it was meant to be. It's not, there's no control. I have no control. That was when my time was meant to go.
Yeah.
That's my time.
And this is the time that we're meant to be alive.
Exactly. But so you have to enjoy it. That's my point. Like you have to just enjoy, like, man, fucking tomorrow, this, you never know, bro.
Yeah.
This podcast, 10 years from now, maybe it blows up randomly. The fuck, we didn't know that would happen, right?
Yeah.
You can't expect things. So God is within us, but I think God or the universe or life gives us opportunities and gives us things to see outside, right? We make the thoughts in our head, we see it outside, and then we have to make the conscious choice. Is this what we want?
Yeah.
Because I can dream about dragons and unicorns all day, but they'll never fucking, they don't exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? God, but we don't know. Again,
we don't know.
Much shit like that.
Like
Dude, there's so much shit. There's so much stuff we don't know. But if I was gonna put my money on it, dude, like if someone's like, listen, bro, you're gonna die tomorrow, would you put your money on there is something or there's not? Fucking putting my money on it, dude. Because everything I've seen in my life has been like that.
Yeah.
My life has always been this constant fucking, all right. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
And everything's, and I don't want to sound like a loony bin, but like I've heard shit that it wasn't me. It's not fucking me. It wasn't me, dude. It wasn't me. It was something I just don't know. To this day, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
And that's what got me out of my hole.
There's a quote that goes something like this. It's by Bashar. And he said, we are all highly powerful entities.
Yeah.
And the disguise fools everyone. The disguise meaning your body.
Yeah, dude.
The disguise fools everyone, even yourself.
Yeah, this shit is fucking not. That's why I did all the crazy shit I did. Now we're getting into my psycho, my psycho philosophy, right? I believe a lot of things, bro. Like this shit, bro. I have so many fucking cuts and scars on my body, dude. But it's like, bro, this is not me. This is not Zarek. This right now is who I have to play in this life, right? If there is, whatever happens, bro. But right now in this life, I'm in this podcast with Shyam, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever the entity appears to be, Shyam, right? I'm whatever this entity appears in this fucking floral shirt and this Barcelona hat.
Yeah.
But that's not me, right? What's me is that fucking divine or whatever that shit is inside me that's pushing me to go somewhere because I know that something above or wherever it is pushing me in that direction. And that, like, no one can waver that from me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I've never had it. I've talked to, dude, I've literally like talked to like atheists, like people that don't believe in any God, nothing. I've talked to them and they've tried to give me every fucking, it's, you were that, that's great, dude. I literally, cool, man. I respect your opinions.
Yeah.
But for me, that's
but
just
that's
not
the
the
beauty
case.
of life is that anybody can have any opinion in the world and we could all still be here.
We're still friends. Everyone's good. You know what I mean? Like,
and that there's no one opinion that needs to be believed. Not one.
No.
Not one opinion that the universe says you have to believe in this in order to be alive. Not one. Anybody could think any thought at any time, whenever they want. Since the universe began till it ends, if it ever ends or if it transforms, whatever. Yeah. It just always, anything can happen at any time.
Honestly, dude, what I think is every religion from around the world, Beautiful, by the way. Beautiful from all the fucking...
Whoever the fuck wrote that,
yeah,
bro.
dude, beautiful, right?
Whoever the fuck
because
wrote
it's...
that.
But people don't even
crazy.
realize it. It's all similar. Like, I studied religion. I studied a bunch of... most religion.
Yeah.
It's what the fucking same.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. It's all culturally different in different parts of the world to teach you the same message, right?
Yeah.
That is fearing, like they say, God, I'm a God-fearing man, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think God, if God, you know, I don't think He'd want you to fear you. I don't think this being that, you know, this entity is, they don't want you to, why would you want to fear the thing that helps you?
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense to me. Maybe you, in a way, want to fear it because of, I did this thing wrong. Nah, dude. Because there's religions that fucking justify that shit. Look, again, going back to the Vikings, killing is wrong, killing is immoral. Is it, dude? In their religion, they fucking kill as much as they want. When they die, they go to heaven, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the case, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. But that's something I don't even know, right? Religion is such a broad thing, dude. We will never know.
Yeah.
Bro, when we die, man, it might be a GTA fucking lobby, dude. Like, you know, maybe we die, we're all in a GTA. All right, dude, like, this is us.
My thought process is that it's just, we go back to being one with the energy that made us.
We don't know what that is. And that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful.
It can't be thought of. Like, there's no idea, like an image doesn't come up for that thing.
Yeah, dude.
Like the image we think of, if you can
heaven,
like,
or all, yeah.
Like if you think of an apple, you could like picture it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think of God, there's no
for
picture.
me there is. So there's no picture.
Yeah. It's just
light or energy.
Yeah.
It's just energy.
Yeah.
Beautiful energy. That's always what I believe, right? I agree. Because with some people, right, you sit down with someone who's super religious, all right? They're going to try to force it down your throat. Man, I don't want to learn that religion. If you're going to force it down my throat, why would I want to learn that? I'd rather learn something that's like, hey, come try it out. If you want to see if it's for yourself, that's you.
It's all about learning perspectives.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's all it is. Like me and you, we probably don't agree on everything.
No, religion, we don't, right? Like you believe something, I believe, that's it.
Yeah. But we could both talk about it. And you could not change it, and I could not change, and we're still fucking friends.
That's
like
what I mean.
that could happen, you know?
Yeah, like dude, one of my best friends, he's an atheist. He fucking, dude, remember, we have this kind of conversation all the time.
Yeah.
He goes, you're crazy. I go, dude, I'll be crazy and I'm cool with it, dude. Like, that's just my own belief. You know, I can't change it. I can't change his belief. It's just life, man.
It's life, man.
So, yeah, man. Like, people here. Yeah,
you gotta allow it. And instead of being like mad and frustrated, just be fascinated.
Yeah.
Just look at it and like, damn, that idea exists here. Like that idea, that person's life is dictated on that. That's how they see the world. Their vision about whatever they want to do
is
comes
based
from
on
that lens. So to me, I just like am in awe at everybody. Like I never look at somebody and their thought and think that shouldn't be here. Never. No matter what, even if it's like the worst shit in the world of somebody wants to kill people, like you have to find a way to understand that that's meant to be. Like there's a yin and yang of everything. And even though I wouldn't want that to happen, I don't want that person to kill people, like or have those ideas. Like that's not a good thing, but it exists for a reason. Like you can't
man. That's what I think. I talked to one guy, right? I went to an Orthodox church, Greek Orthodox church on Sunday, right? I'm not Greek Orthodox, bro. I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to go because I wanted to see it. So I go to the church and I see all, the chanting. I loved it. It was beautiful. The chanting, everything. And I look and I go, fuck, it's like a center. It's really a center to center yourself, if that makes sense. That's what I believe any religious center is.
Yeah.
It's a place to center yourself around energy or a collective energy, a belief of an energy. That to me is so beautiful because like you have Christians, right? Some of these people, they don't have sex. They don't have anything. They stick to that religion so much. Like they're just infatuated by it. To me, man, dude, that is the biggest fucking, I'm like, you know what, man? That's fucking like a monk life. If you live like that, the enjoyment you must have and the peace you must have within yourself to believe in that higher power and nothing else, that's nirvana. That is heaven on earth. Because you're basically putting your faith in something that you don't even know might or might not be there. I'm going to live my life according to that because that makes me feel good. Yeah. That is fucking, dude. I will give anyone like that, I give you a fucking solid handshake. Because, dude, man, I love drinking, man. I like chicks, man. I like doing that stuff. But I'm not Christian. In my religion, Sikhism, I'm not allowed to do that shit. I'm not allowed to. But I still do those things, right?
Yeah. That's why I say, like, you have to build your own religion.
You have to build your own religion.
You want, like, I personally don't categorize myself in any religion for that reason. I study everything that everybody says, like philosophers, the Greek philosophers to like the Tao Te Ching, which is Taoism from Buddhism, to the Bhagavad Gita, to the Bible, to speakers like Les Brown and Jim Rohn. Like, I study all of that, and that's my religion.
That's exactly
That's it. I pick things that work for me, and that's it. Like, I'm not even gonna like pose it as you should believe in this. I'm just gonna like internalize it, and that's it.
Yeah, it's the same. Like, I have my own personal religion. I say Sikh. The reason I say Sikh is because Sikhism to me, it's to me, I love I don't know. Religion for me, it's like it gives you discipline, right? Religion in general is meant to build discipline in you, right? Yeah. Don't do this. Don't eat this. Don't do this. If you do this, this happens. That's discipline. If you live your life and you take those rules, whether you're Christian, Muslims especially, that is big discipline. You have to pray 5 times a day, dude. You have to make space for that. You have to really be dedicated to that, you know?
Yeah.
That is discipline. So if you take that part, any successful people that are super highly religious tend to do really well. You can just see it in life, because that same discipline they take from that certain aspect, they'll put it into other things, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think religion in that sense is beautiful, but it can also be so easily corrupt people.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have your own personal religion, you're just going to follow everyone else.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen?
Because what if your religion says like you can't do something, like there's a lot of religions that restrict, but if that's what like that's calling to you, like why are you going to let something
I know what you mean. Like, okay, like
set in this book, like
you're right.
In my opinion, like God or the universe never restricts anything.
100%.
Like
I agree with that.
There's no thing that restricts, like it doesn't want you to be restricted at all.
Yeah.
At all.
No, it wants you to live your best life.
Yeah.
But the reason they put these restrictions on is for them.
Yeah.
Look at it, man. Look at the fucking, if I wanted to start a religion today, dude, first thing I'd say, dude, you guys can't, no sex, no alcohol, no money. I'll take all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Because my religion's personal. You know, I can think to myself, no, I'm chosen.
Yeah.
I'm chosen so then I can take all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you take that same approach that, no, I want to take what I have and teach it to people, just the essence of it, that's beautiful. But if you take it and corrupt it, then you have what we have today.
Yeah.
And that's sad, man. That's so sad.
Yeah. And I'm glad people are being aware of it now. Like,
I hope. I mean,
we are.
Yeah, I know. But but you have to see, like you and me, our backgrounds, even though our backgrounds are different, right? We both have the red pill in a sense, where we've kind of opened up and said, shit, like everything's not how it seems to be. So
mostly because of the internet, because that's definitely changed my scope. Like I've learned, I think most of us in our generation have learned much more than what our parents have in the 22 years that when they were first 22, like those years, they might have learned some stuff. They might have read some books. Yeah. But they have not come to the knowledge and stuff that we have gained, because we have the resource called the internet that has literally everything imaginable.
Yeah, dude.
From any walk of life. Like you want to learn history of stuff that's happened thousands of years ago. You could look at not just one person's opinion, hundreds, if not thousands of people's opinions on that topic. Or you could look at the like space, and there are people that have researched that. You could look at politics, science, math, anything, like any subject. If that doesn't interest you, you could just like watch sports videos or
so many
memes,
fucking
whatever.
mediums. Basically, the internet has become a medium for everything you want. But I think in a way, dude, it's a blessing and a curse.
It has to be.
Because for me, dude, like I learned, dude, most of my life has been like just living life, man. Like I didn't have my first phone until I was in high school.
Yeah, same.
I didn't have a phone. Yeah. So that's why I learned, but I'm so lucky because then I learned about life.
You become an observer.
Yeah, well, you learn, you get active, man. Like for me, I became like, I was like high school's a weirdo, but like I learned even then, like I wouldn't even, like if I was on my phone all the time, negating shit, right? Always, I'm just gonna fucking dull the things that are happening in my life and look at the screen, right?
Yeah.
Nah, man. If I fucking did that and I'd be fucked. I wouldn't be at this podcast, dude, I swear, right? Like I would literally be in a different situation. But because I was able to take my life and say, all right, let me be analytical in that keen sense at that young age. I was always like, let me fucking take the big picture and see what's going on. Ever since I was a kid, I was like I would help my fucking parent. Like my parents had arguments, I would fucking help them with. I swear to God, with Lego pieces, dude. I'd be like, listen, you know, sometimes these Lego pieces they don't make sense. Fucking, they would get it. You know what I mean? It's like shit, man. So I've always had that view, and I believe, dude, like this generation, a lot of people, man, our generation, but dude, it's fucking sad. Like I can look around the room and see it's so fake. You don't have any like people don't have real like. I can look at people and say, nah, dude, you don't have any substance. Because what is substance is you go through shit, dude. But it's like you're going through shit that sucks so much to you that it's on the other side, you're like, I've done that shit. I've done it, right? Dude, I hate getting punched I hate getting kicked, dude. I'm over it. I've already said that. I don't want to do this professionally, but I still go. Why do you think I still go? What do you think?
Because you want to maintain like that belief, and like you don't want to be overcome with fear.
Yeah,
you just want to do it no matter what. Yeah,
but even more, it's because it's like, exactly, right? It's again, fear. But it's also like me saying, dude, any combat sports in general are good, but any combat sport or any like wrestling, football, even basketballs are good, but like anything that involves hitting or being hit, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, fuck, man. If you do that, I'm putting my kids in that first thing in my life. I don't give a shit about basketball is great. It teaches you athleticism and, you know, the same mindset. But if the consequence is, okay, listen, if the consequence is like, yeah, man, you didn't make a basket, I get to kick you in the mouth. The game's going to change. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in that sense, it teaches you not to overthink. Like, I don't overthink shit. I'll do shit. Something happens, whatever, fuck, I'll deal with it. I don't think like, because the shit I went through. Yeah. Because if I was there, I don't know if I want to throw that bomb. Boom, boom, boom. I'm getting knocked out, man. I'm dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's same with basketball. Like that.
Yeah.
If you're in a game and let's say you're uncertain about making a shot, like you won't make it. Like you won't help your team win. Like if you don't believe that shot is going in, it's not going to go in because of that. Yeah. And if you're hesitant on making a move on a person or passing the ball, like you're going to get benched.
Yeah. Then you don't play, you're fucked. Yeah. I don't even get that. Like that's what I mean. Like in that sport, in the sports sense, right? Because I was a quarterback for fucking Northwood. I was the varsity quarterback.
Oh, really?
And I played at Irvine High School my freshman year too, right? So, and then I dropped out and went to boxing, right?
Yeah.
So before all that shit, I did all that stuff and I quit, dude. I was fucking Northwood. Sophomore year, I was playing football, so I'm done with this shit. You know why? I was looking at the team, dude. I was like, dude, first off, I don't even like this. So I feel bad because I'm not aiding to their benefit. If I don't like this and I'm the head of the team, like we said, if you have a shitty leader, the rest of it's going to fall the fuck down. You know how my huddles were, bro? Anyone that played football with me, no, this is how my huddle went. I don't know, dick about the game. They'd bring the fucking running back would come in. All right, dude, we're going to do, you're going to throw a fade route. I'm like, I didn't even know what the fuck a fade route was. Dude. I didn't even watch football, dude. I was like,
just put you in.
Dude, because I could throw it. That was it. So I literally, this is my huddle, bro. Everyone's, shut the fuck up, everyone. Shut the fuck up, all right? Gather around. All right, dude, here's the play. All right, dude. And then I asked the running, all right, dude, okay, what do we do? What? You're the quarterback? No, but like, where am I supposed to, what do I do? If you have that kind of a leader, how the fuck are you gonna win? So I knew that. I was like, dude, I gotta get out of this. So I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I left the team. I did boxing, right? And soon enough, man, I thought I'd be all right? I was like, I was a football player, I was a quarterback, man. That's easy, man.
Yeah.
Went to boxing, no, the fuck it isn't. Football, it's a play. Then you're done. Boxing, dude, I'm in a ring for 3 fucking minutes. I can't say I'm out. I'm fucked. Yeah. If I say I'm out, I lose. That's simple, right? Even in wrestling, when you have a position, right? That's the end of the thing. It's grueling because it's bodies and clashing, but dude, any combat sport, that's why I just believe that. I keep digressing. But any combat sport will teach you to fucking really who you are, dude. It really tests your mettle. If you have a religion, you will really have a religion. If you're a fucking like if you're psycho, you'll become 10 times psycho. But it just elevates who you are. And then it becomes to this point where it's like, I don't care what the world gives me. I have the tools to be able to do things. Yeah. Whether it be martial arts, fighting, cool, that's one aspect. Yeah. But that
because you realize that I'm only the only thing I'm in control over is this.
Is me.
Yeah, is me.
That's it.
And if I want to win, if I want to get to a better place, it's all within me. I just had to improve my skills. Exactly. I just had to get stronger. I just had to do whatever it takes.
But I don't have a ball, right? That's what I mean. Like even basketball's like you teaches you a lot of shit. I'm not just saying that. Dude, basketball's a fucking amazing. It teaches you so many life lessons. Life lessons that I didn't learn because I didn't go down that route, right? So I don't know.
Like teamwork and
exactly. I didn't get that. I didn't get some of it in football, but I wasn't that good, dude. So I don't fucking know what's going on, right? So, but what it does teach you, man, is it teaches you there's that thing. You have a ball you need to make. I need to put this in this. I'm not putting shit in shit. Yeah. I'm fucking fighting that cunt with these two things right here. And that's all I got, dude.
Yeah.
So if you take that same mindset and you put it in life, I got these two fucking things right here. I don't give a shit what comes at me. I'm going to go get it. You take that hard mindset, you'll go get anything you want in life, dude.
Yeah.
But it's not like you can talk about it, right? Like, but you have to go and do the shit. You have to go through shit that makes you feel like you're going to puke, man. Shit yourself. Like, this is the psycho part of it, because you have to be so uncomfortable in every situation you put yourself in that when you're presented an opportunity, like, man, if I said, all right, Shyam, I want to put you through a fucking 20-week hard-ass combat training camp, you're going to die, right? Let's say, whether you like it or not, let's say you put you in it, right? 20 weeks goes by. Then I say, all right, dude, good job. We're going to do a podcast in front of a fucking million people, right? In Times Square. After those 20 weeks, that's easy, bro.
Yeah.
Because now you've realized something. The big physical fear that most people have is fear of death. Oh, I'm not enough. No, dude. You just proved yourself in those 20 weeks. You are a fucking enough. You have everything within you. So if you make the mistake, eat it. That's you. Learn from it and get back. L, man, lesson, baby. It ain't a loss. Yeah. That's always how I've lost. Dude, I used to ask out chicks, right? As like this thing, because I used to have fear.
Yeah.
I used to ask out chicks on the fucking, like, randomly outside. Dude, excuse me, miss. Can I, that shit. Dude, how many fucking, I don't even remember how many times. I've been rejected so many times, right? Yeah. But the times you do get, oh, that's nice. Then the person, you know what I mean? Then you build a relationship. Dude, there's no such thing as failure. And I've always believed that. Yeah. Anyway, if you believe in failure, you're destined to fail. If you believe that there's always winning and learning, that's all your life is full of. Yeah. Because like you said in the beginning, right? What you thought here is what comes out here. That's life, man.
That's life. Yeah. It always comes out that way. And it's good to identify like what I've learned from you just talking right now is you've gotten the awareness of what am I lacking and what can I improve on and what are things that's holding me back. Like you understood that I'm not that good in communication, and instead of letting that be and just like complaining about it all day, let me just try to improve it. Like how does anybody talk? Like how this guy's good at talking. Like let me ask him like this stuff, or let me just try it out. Ask this girl for a pencil, or raise my hand in class, and then steps like that just come together. And sooner than later, you'll find out that as long as you just go in the direction, like even if you're uncertain about it, you'll end up in a better place. But it's the worst part is staying in that comfort zone. And like you said, with boxing or any combat sports, it automatically puts you outside your comfort zone. Yeah, dude. And that's what the lesson is you just placed there. Like you're getting beat up by this person. What are you going to do? Yeah, what are you going to do? It shows you who you are, dude. Because there is people, right? It's fight or flight. It's natural, right? You can't judge someone. Some people, dude, their reaction, fuck that. It's a smart reaction, which is, fuck that, I gotta go, right? That's smart. That's preservation. The Donnie's like, fuck this. That's just, you just want to bang, dude. That's different, right? Yeah. But yeah, you hit it on the head, man. It's like, it's life, dude. But then also I don't know, man. It's like, I always, again, like I love history and philosophy, right? And my philosophy is very fucking soundly built on ancient Greek philosophy. Especially like some of the shit I learned from myself was from the Spartan mentality, which is different, right? Which is this, right? There was the war, right? The 300, where the fuck, right? Troy. Yeah, there was one war, Spartan, I forget, 300, the one at Thermopylae, right? Where the Persians came to invade. And this one Donnie, I think he was an Athenian mercenary. They tried to band him together, but he sent him away. King Leonidas, he had 1,000 men because they were all rallying from he said, fucking told the other ones, see ya. Because he told them two things. One, he goes like this. The Athenian guy told him, one of those Greek city-states, man, so many. One of those guys that was in his army at the time before he kicked him out was saying, oh, there's like 10,000 of them. Oh, they're coming closer. What did King Leonidas say? Good. They're coming closer to us. You know what I mean? Good. Yeah. Right? There's, the Persians, they wrote a letter. We're going to block the sun out with the amount of arrows. Good. We'll fight in the shade.
basically, man, that mentality is, I don't give a fuck what you bring in front of me. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. I'm going to fuck you up. It doesn't matter what it's going to take to get there. You're done. You may shoot me. You may cut me, but I'll get you. I'll get you eventually. That's just life.
Yeah.
But if you take that,
like that mentality of like never giving up, like
exactly, man.
It's not even a thought in his mind.
No,
like
man.
That's what he gets at, is to a lot of people, those threats would have stopped them in their tracks, right? Like to a lot of them, that it's a reasonable thing to just stop.
Like shit, okay.
But like I said in the beginning, to have extraordinary results, you had to think extraordinary thoughts. And that's what it is. Like he just thought differently. And that's what every great leader, and you could go out throughout history, they're just different in the way they think, that when other people go through similar situations, they would have backed down. But this person, for some reason, it's just something inside of them tells them, no, we're not going to stop right here.
Yeah. But that's what I think, that's something like, I think is the best thing, man, is because if you can take that wisdom and live it, oh, it's beautiful, man. Cause then what can stop, you know what I mean? Only yourself stops you. Only yourself stops you. And you can recognize that. And it's like you said in the, when we were talking in the middle, it's not like fucking, you and me were talking about this shit like, like, oh yeah, no, man, everyone has bad days. Yeah. Right. But definitely. if you have the foundation of those thoughts and that has become you, that's fine. You have a bad day. I had a bad day, but at least this is my foundation. I'll come back to this.
Yeah. You'll go back to being a better individual at the end. Yeah. There's a lot of things that knock you down. Like that. There's no doubt about it. Like there's going to be struggle in life. It's not easy. I mean, if it were in fact easy, everybody would.
Buddy, everyone would be an Oscar winner. Everyone would fucking be a Grammy winner. We would have NFL star athletes everywhere.
Yeah. And to me, it's about the journey too. Like there's that, cliche quote, like it's trust the process or whatever. And I imagined like a few weeks ago, like I imagined what it would be like if everything would just happen right away. Like imagine if whatever you wanted, whatever the goal was, imagine that it's like, boom, like right here. What would be the fun in that? Like anything you want, just happening right when you want it. There's no bad whatsoever. Everybody just does good. Like everything happens and it's all good. And you sit there and you think nothing's like fun. Like what the journey of going through the tough parts, the rough parts, the times you thought you were going to quit, the doubts, that's what that journey is what makes it fulfilling. It's not actually getting there. It's the process of who you become. That's the biggest part of it. Cause you're only here for, less than 100 years, maybe 120 if you're lucky. That's some fucking if you're one of one, pushing 120, it there. Yeah.
That's the next Jesus Christ right there, dude.
Yeah, I think that's like the oldest person in the world is like 134
it's
or
like
some
Mr.
shit.
Miyagi, man.
Yeah. But a lot of people less than that, and you could fill it with whatever you want.
Yep.
You could become none of your potential. You could become all of your potential. Anything between. And you're given that choice.
I think so. I think that's what big thing, right? Is like with everyone, right? Everyone has a purpose. I think this, man, bro, God only helps those who help himself. The universe, whatever, they only help those who help themselves. Bro, how am I going to help? It's like you said, right? If you get everything given to you, dude, you'll be overwhelmed. It's like when you give a toy, if you ask a kid, right? Oh, I really want this toy for Christmas. He is looking forward to that thing. And then when it comes on Christmas, his eyes are lit up because he waited all that time. If that kid said, I want this for Christmas, okay, have it now.
Yeah.
He might enjoy it.
Popped out in a midair, like it's anything, just boom, boom, boom,
dude,
boom.
he would just enjoy it for that second and then next thing. You can't, man. And that's why I always say, I never looked at like my goal. I never look at it like, oh, I'm going to have this much money. Nah, man, I don't care about that shit. Really what I care about is if what I'm doing every day, I could just like tomorrow, I could die happy. Like if I'm doing every day more or less what I like doing and I could die tomorrow happy, good, man. That's the journey. Like you have to love the journey so much that every day is like beautiful. Yeah, it's like a fucking Sunday for me. Oh, lovely, man. That's how you have to be.
Yeah. Speaking of the money part of it, I don't know if you've heard who Jim Rohn is.
I know who he is, but
You know who he is?
Yeah.
You might have heard this story, but I'll say it here. He had this mentor, and at this point in his life, he was around 25 years old, and he didn't have a set of goals, and his mentors like asked him, where are your goals? And he told him he didn't have any. And he thought about it, and his mentor asked him, or his mentor told him, why not set a goal to become a millionaire? Why not set a goal to become a millionaire? It has enough zeros to impress your accountant. Everybody wants to have that much money. Why not do it? Right. And he said, I'll tell you why. And Jim was like, you don't have to tell me why. I just, $1 million, that sounds like a lot of money. I love money. I could buy whatever I want. Why tell me? Why set that goal? Right. And he told him, set a goal for $1 million to become a millionaire for what it makes of you to achieve it. And that, the first time I heard that blew my mind away.
Yeah.
Because he put it in a way that it's not about actually achieving it. It's about who you become in getting it.
Yep.
And Jim Rohn, he even talked about, and when he was 25, he was broke. And by 30, he was a millionaire.
Yeah.
And he said, and he got broke again. Like he was a millionaire by 30, 31, he was broke. And he realized he was right, that his mentor was right. It's not the money that mattered. It's not the money.
Yeah.
It was who he became. Because when he was 31 and broke, he became a millionaire within like a year.
Yeah.
Because he already got to that place. Like he was already there mentally. He just made some bad decisions. And, and then from 30 years to like another 30 years. And when he was 60, he had like $50 million and fucking one of the most successful speakers in the world. Right.
Yeah.
So it's not about the destination. The destination should give you purpose and meaning and fulfillment, but it's who you become in the process that eventually makes the biggest impact, because it's all about you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And like you said earlier, like the money just comes and goes. Like
it comes. You know how I know this?
Everything.
It's because I learned it from I love him. He's my new one, right? Mm-hmm. My fucking newest coach. Love him, man. He's the best. He was someone, like when you put your faith into so many people, right? Like the first coach I talked about, and that right? All these coaches, you put your faith into someone because you think it's a mentor, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna give him everything.
Yeah. Then
you realize, imagine that. You give your all to everyone you've known since you're like 4. And then they basically tell you to go fuck yourself, right? When you're 22.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a parent almost, right?
Yeah.
So I had to learn to deal with that and then find this new random coach, right? In Huntington Beach. Shout out Coach Aaron. Yeah. You're the man. But Coach Aaron, man, he's a Muay Thai coach, one of the best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally become like my mentor, man. Like I'm not even like to the point where like the thing you just said, this dude told me this the first day I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And he had so much wisdom, right? Because you don't think in that realm, they're probably brutish, man. They're probably like that.
They just want to fight, but it's about the mental as well. Right?
Well, it's martial art, right? It's martial in the sense of what it is doing. It's expressing yourself through this. But it's still an art. And people forget that. And what is art? Art is the expression of humanity. That's the overlying thing, right?
And I think like most masters of like martial art don't even want to use it. They just like, they don't actually want to like fight people.
Fuck no. It's the, like I said before, it's like it's what you learn with it. Like this beautiful relationship I have with my coach, right? Where he's teaching me things every week. It's like a new seed, right? I like that. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Then I let the tree grow because now I'm practicing, doing things, seeing life, you know? So it's beautiful because what he told me was similar. I was telling him, I go, oh man, I want to fucking make this much money. And he started laughing. Like, he's like, you don't want to do that shit, dude. Right? He used to sell like McLarens and things like that, like high-end sports cars, right? Lost it all. He lost it all. And then he went homeless and now he's back at there. You know what I mean? He goes, that's life, man. He goes, but the one thing that he told that struck a chord with me was he goes, you should be able to live every day, right? And just enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, man, anything that happens, anything in life that happens, right? If you can just enjoy the things, you find the things you enjoy and just work on those every day, eventually, 10 years from now, we'll see where you go. And like we said, if it's the true why and that's the purpose, if you're purposely living purposely, you know what I mean? You'll get it, man. And everything will fall into place.
You get it.
But as soon as you start to lie to yourself and like get influenced by images, like I see this shit all the time, man. And I guarantee you, in everything you see it, like everyone and their mother, man. I want to do a podcast. Okay, we'll wait. We won't say anything. We'll just wait until they do it.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened, man? A year ago, you said you can do a podcast. Yeah, I didn't have the time. Oh, I want to start training Muay Thai. Okay, you come in one day. What happened, man? What? Yeah, man, too hard. It's not meant for you then. And you know, you have to realize that, like, you have to go through life. Nothing's gonna, like, this medium for me is completely new, right? It's not for me. I'm not gonna do podcasts. That's not my thing, right? Do I enjoy the podcast like this? Of course, I love talking about this shit.
Yeah.
But for you to set up and do everything like that, man, it's a different world for me, right?
But that's because of me actually, like, knowing that I enjoy this stuff.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part of it, right? And it's good that you take risks in trying it. Some people don't even try shit, and like that's the worst place to be when you don't try anything. But if you try it, and like you said, there's no losses. There's just learning, right? So if you don't like it, learn from it, do something else, move on with your life.
That's it. Everything has a lesson, man. And I think a lot of people lose that here, especially right in the Western society. The way thinking is like, oh, my fucking car broke down. Fuck, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you take a different approach, my car broke down. Why did it break down? Why did it break down? Let me see why. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, let's get it fixed.
Yeah.
I'm not getting frustrated. I'm saying, all right, let me figure out the problem first. Let me solution base this. Then I'll react to it. You know, when I get back, the bill comes. Fuck me, 10 grand. What the fuck, dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the time, I'm not going to take that. I'm going to learn how to control myself and do that. You know? So I think at the end of the day, man, all this stuff we talked about, right? Everything in general it's like I said in the mastery, man. You want to master, but not even master anything else, right? Because a beautiful quote I think I live by. I live by this every day. And that's why I talked about what I talked about, which is this. The man who conquers 1,000 men is nowhere strong as the man who conquers himself. That is truth.
That's truth.
Right?
I think that's a good way to wrap it up right there.
It is beautiful. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah. Perfect, man.
Man, thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, brother, thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. This was fucking amazing.
It was amazing, man. It was like a life fucking...
Wait. Keep that. I didn't end there. But yeah, this was fucking amazing conversation. Yep. I'm glad we got to do this. We're over like almost hour 50 minutes here.
Nice, baby.
Which is fucking amazing. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening. Do you have anything you want to plug? Your Instagram, TikTok, nothing?
I'm good. Nothing to plug here. Yeah. Just shout out Coach Aaron. You're the man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Much love to everybody. Peace.